Scorpio. So Scorpio, this is a reading for you. We're on the 10th of August. So I hope you're doing well. This is Scorpio Sun, Moon Rising, Scorpio Venus, any Scorpio placements. If you have a lot of Scorpio placements in your natal chart, yeah, my energy has been a bit off lately, so if I haven't been up to date and up to par, that would be why. But it's a good start, King of Wands, Scorpio. This is general, by the way, so take what resonates. So you're a good place in that you're kind of standing in your power and being proactive, possibly putting ideas into action, maybe even having more than one idea. There's more than one maybe direction you want to go in, so you're being aware of what you need to invest your time and energy in. But you also have the Ace of Wands, so I feel as if it's like a new beginning. The Ace representing the one, if you like, the start. So I feel as if you're moving into possibly a new direction with starting something that could be even picking up something from where you left off. More than one, possibly you've got more than one choice here, Scorpio, however that resonates. This could be more than one choice in work, more than one choice in whichever area, but you're going to be I feel like there's a lot of clarity coming through to you. Your ideas are clear. Perhaps you're making decisions with more clarity. Perhaps you also, maybe Scorpio, there's a lot of mental clarity going on here. Queen of Cups, being receptive to what's coming in that's new. And it could well be new love, new something coming in for you in that area. Or I feel more that it's a revived energy. Perhaps you're feeling as if your energy is being revived. There's a new kind of, you've got some get up and go. We're having to make choices. It would be wise, yeah, so making choices from your heart space, but also having given things a lot of consideration. But you also need to be careful about any choices that you're confronted with at the moment, that you're careful, because if you make short choices in the short term, like impulsive kind of decisions, that could affect you detrimentally. So it would be wise to, when making decisions over the next, I'd say, or during the eclipse, over the next couple of weeks, to really consider how these choices you're making now are going to impact your future and long term. So in as much as there's a lot of there's get up and go in your energy at the moment, a lot of possibly putting ideas into action, making having even decisions that are coming to you through like downloads, having decisions that are being presented to you by source, coming through. You're faced with making them, but using more discernment than you might normally use. Because I feel like there's a lot of clarity, mental clarity, and I feel as if you're not blocked in terms of your sort of action and the steps you're going to take. But beware about yeah, don't, not in short-term fixes, you know, things that would do for now but not for, say, you know, next month or next year, or because I also feel as if there's some conflict going on because of you being possibly more kind of boss energy. Because you're more, because it's like you're taking control of your life, and being faced with certain decisions, but you're taking control, and this could have caused some controversy with people around you. You know, could be people up in your ear, you know, trying to have, seeing you. This can also be jealousy. I think of Five of Staves as a kind of jealous energy as well. You know, jealousy like colleagues, or jealousy at work because you're, you know, maybe being more assertive because you've got the Ace of Swords and you've got the Ace of Wands, and it's like it's this new, maybe you newly found your kind of voice, and you're asserting yourself more. You know, not from an aggressive or, you know, bombastic sort of place, more from, you know, what you feel is right, what you think is right, and coming from that place of integrity. And this can cause, maybe it's caused some sort of jealousy within the workplace, or jealousy amongst, you know, friends, because they like sort of the old version of you, or, you know, maybe you're more submissive, maybe less assertive, maybe allowing people to sort of take advantage of you, that kind of thing. Maybe you're standing up for yourself a bit better now, Scorpio, and that can also put somebody's nose out of joint, especially in the workplace, you know, or anywhere, family situation, or at home even. You know, that your kind of stance being more assertive can piss people off. Of course it can, especially when they're used to you being, maybe, I was going to say doormat, but that's not you, but, you know, less assertive, let's say, or people pleasing. So Aries energy for the Emperor. So yeah, I feel that. I feel like you're in a kind of boss mode with the Emperor here, and kind of reclaiming your your position. For some of you, you may have kind of felt as if you dropped kind of rank at work. You know, other people were taking over. You know, for example, you could be a manager or a CEO, or you know, in your workplace, higher up, and you might have been knocked down, or felt that somebody was almost trying to be in your place, or taking over too much responsibility that wasn't theirs, or so that you were feeling you were taking more of a back seat. You kind of back in the Emperor, I think, back in the driving seat, driving a great big Arctic lorry. I always see the Emperor as a jockey, and taking, you know, that heavy load and driving it, and just being, you know, in control. And this could have pissed off some people around you, Scorpio, that's what I feel. But also, you need to be careful about, you know, judging people before, you know, having the facts presented. And also, because I feel that you've stepped up to something, taken lead again. Be careful about not being sort of taking on board what other people might say, or any kind of argumentative behaviour, or just, you know, colleagues being weird, or people around you showing you, you know, the sort of a sort of negative reaction. Just don't take it on board. Yeah. You also maybe wanting to give to a situation that that could cause conflict. You want to give to a situation that people around you are suggesting or thinking that you might be investing in something or giving to a situation, people, place or thing, that others around you are thinking it's a bad move or you shouldn't. Or there could be somebody who's checking with you to see what it is you're going to do next with your finances or next with your life, because they feel it's a new beginning, that you've ended a cycle, you're entering a new cycle. We are on the kind of verge of entering, we are creating new earth. New earth is opening, day by day, so as we speak, and your new direction. Because Scorpio, you are the king or queen of reinvention. You go through usually many cycles over your life, being represented by death, life, death, regeneration, reinvention, and your kind of new you could also be a source of irritating other people around you, which is none of your business. And what anyone else might be perceiving, saying, thinking about any of your moves, or taking back control, or being more assertive, or changing direction, whichever thing, however it resonates. So I wouldn't take that on board. We've got the solar eclipse coming up on Wednesday the 12th, and a planetary alignment like no other. So if you're feeling your energy is being affected by this, it could well be. I've been feeling more tired, a little bit less focused. I've been noticing other energy around as well, the people. I've also noticed how a lot of people out there, they're not respecting other people's space either. People walking in a kind of hurry, aimlessly, mindlessly, not mindfully, walking mindlessly around the place. And that thing when somebody walks too close to you, sometimes it even brushes your shoulder or knocks, or walks past and bashes your part of your body. This is, I'm finding this happening a lot, and I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and she's also noticed, that this is also going on, so it's not just me. And because a lot of people are unaware of their own energy field and unaware of their energy, what it's doing, and they're not very awake to, they're not very conscious, I don't believe they know they're doing this. So you might want to consider protecting your energy, in which case I'd recommend wearing a tourmaline, a black tourmaline, or an onyx black, or there's another one, well, a clear quartz crystal would also help, but let's see, because you've got hope here. I feel as if you are kind of transitioning, starting a new cycle here. Because you're hopeful, Scorpio, I think it's easier for you to navigate these changes that are occurring.